You'd think after so many weeks of doing this, we would know how to pull off a decent show on Friday nights, but you never know. Sometimes the gremlins get involved. Welcome to the comicbookinvest.com Hot 10 list on Tales from the Flipside. Technical difficulties? What are you talking about? I didn't see any technical difficulties. All I saw was gremlins everywhere. They were just jumping from machine to machine, and they're all over the place. So welcome you guys to the Hot 10 list, the Hot 10 list show. We've got the one and only writer of the Hot 10 list, Ben S., in the house. And of course, Dollar Bill, y'all. Make sure you guys are subbing to Dollar's YouTube channel. He had an amazing poll the other night. I know he's going crazy over it still, I think.
Still, the adrenaline is still flowing. Wasn't feeling good. I thought maybe I was like, okay, maybe am I coming down with something again? No, it was the adrenaline. 2 days later, just coming out of my juice, or the juice coming out of my veins. And then getting ready for the show, I go and I look, and what's on top of my little pile right there? And here we go again.
Hey, what product was that again?
It's Panini Basketball Flux. It's a new one. It's inaugural. I don't know. First time they ever did it. Freshman signatures 1 of 10,
or maybe a 101, right?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. My buddy is saying that he thinks it's a 1 of 10. He said that one on eBay he thinks is a 1 of 10 too. But we'll see. Who knows?
Well, I apologize. I apologize to everybody for the 3-second podcast, as JJ says he can't be fooled by. That was weird. That was really weird.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I fried too many brain cells. I just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. All right, you guys. Lots of fun books to talk about today. Lots of people and groups to shout out, of course. I want to, first of all, thank each and every one of you guys that are hanging out with us live. I see almost 50 live right now with us at the beginning. We appreciate you guys. You guys make the show amazing. Thank you for being here. For anybody that hasn't subscribed yet, please hit that red subscribe button below. If you have subscribed, give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. Thank you for supporting us, each and every one of you. And the way it works is we've got the Hot 10 comic books as picked by the one and only Ben S. But first we go over the almost 10, those almost books that just made it, or some weird sales, or they showed up. We haven't talked about a cool book for a while. A lot of people love the almost 10. Let's get into it. First almost 10 this week is a beautiful Jenny Frison cover. This is looks a little different than Jenny Frison normally, right? There's something, maybe it's the eyes. Jenny Frison eyes usually are they have a look to them, and maybe she's trying something different. I don't know, but this is Serenity. What is it? Firefly class. Some numbers, number 1.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, and it says it's an Emerald City Comic Con exclusive. I guess
it is. Yes, yeah, and only 1,000, right? 1,000 of them. Is that correct?
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I'll be honest. I've never even seen this book.
Only
before.
1,000. Yeah. 2014 Emerald City Comic Con, limited to 1,000 copies. So this is back when she was first getting started, closer to the time when she was first getting started. So there you go.
Yeah. So this one went off at 400 this week for a raw copy. So that's a for a Frison, that's a big one.
Oh yeah. It's nice to see her get some love, though. This is a rare one, that's for sure. For Serenity and Firefly fans, there is a nice little group of them that try to get everything. I remember those old Adam Hughes Serenity covers back in the day. So
yeah, and this one I can actually confirm the sale. It wasn't mine, but I can confirm the sale and payment. So this was not a a fake sale like some books are.
Yes. Yes. I'm sure we'll get more into that. Next on the list, the knockout standout new artist of the month, week, maybe year, put out an absolutely amazing cover. And this is beautiful. This is the variant for Red Sonja Valentine's Day special. And I'm gonna mess up. How do we say her name?
I didn't even put it because I just put it as the A cover, so I didn't even put the artist. But what it
Okay, hold on. Let me figure out how to say it because I'm gonna mess it up. She also did the what is it? The Black Panther number 29 variant that just came up not too long. Sozamaika? So
hey,
I think that's how you say it, maybe, right? Sozamaika?
sounds good to me.
Yeah, so that's how you say it. And let me just double check. I'm gonna look on her IG. Because I'm terrible about this right now.
Yeah, so I went with the like I said, I just went with the A cover on this one. This just came out this week. The A cover is basically this with the trade dress and everything like that. It says
It's got a little heart too on it, but the Virgin is gorgeous. I just had to put the Virgin up.
hey,
It
I
looks like
get it.
she's got a Thundercat's sword though, kind of, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So yeah, absolutely amazing cover right here. She is the real deal, and I'm trying to find her IG here. If you want to take over for a second.
Yeah, the Catwoman 39 that just came out. That's the one that she did with that. That was Hughes-ish. My guess is she's going to be doing several of these at this point. I'm sure she's going to start getting exclusives because that seems to be the moneymaker for them, for the artists. So
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for them getting paid.
Well, let's talk about that for a second because I'm gonna show everybody her absolutely amazing Instagram and Twitter too. While we're talking about her, she put out that that Catwoman that was just stunning. Let's find it right here. Absolutely amazing. Then they went and they made it a second print cover. And right when they went and made it a second print,
which was stupid,
right? Just waters it down, really waters it down. Well, I'm hearing through the grapevine that there might be a Virgin variant of it too. Ouch! What are they doing? No.
Yeah, because the one was so minimal on the trade dress to start with that it didn't really affect the cover at all.
Yeah. So they're doing a Virgin variant, and I hear that might be through an exclusive, which is another. Don't do these. Well, I hope she's getting paid for it. Let's put it that way. Hopefully she's getting paid for it. If she's getting paid for it, then I'll be happy about it. But look how gorgeous there are. This is the A cover right here, the Valentine's Day special 2022. It has a little heart on it, which is awesome, with the trade dress and I forget what they call this. The trade. I don't know. So this one is absolutely gorgeous, but look at her art. Her art is stunning. She throws up things up there of her doing drawings here and there, but this is just some of the most beautiful art. It's so Adam Hughes-esque, but there's something about it that just adds to it. It's very lively, just beautiful. I mean, I think she might be the artist of the year, and she's absolutely a beautiful young woman too. So we'll see what happens. I think this might be our artist of the year, though, from what I'm seeing. I mean, look how good this is right here. So freaking good. So Souza Micah, I hope I'm saying that right. I hope it's I'm saying it right. We'll continue to keep an eye on her, and hopefully she continues to put out amazing art like this. And let's cross our fingers and hope she's getting paid for it too, because she deserves it. So there we go. Beautiful, beautiful cover on the Almost 10 this week. All right, next book, crossover number 11. What's going on here, Ben?
This regular cover is selling for like 10 to 20. Apparently several things happen. I don't generally pick up new books, but several things happen in this, with the only one that I know for sure is at the end. Spoiler, if you haven't read it, 3, 2, 1, it's Negan is in it. Makes an appearance. And Richie, you probably know more about what's in the guts on this one than I do.
Yeah, I just know about Negan, and I also know Savage Dragon, and also allocations or damages, or I don't know. A lot of shops didn't get their copies, so yeah, I don't know if they're ever going to come either, because there wasn't even many listings. But I haven't double checked since today. But all I know is that when I was on there looking for it, just for myself, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't order this on FOC, so I wanted a copy for myself, and there wasn't much out there on Tuesday night.
Well, here's the interesting thing, because it says in the description of it, Ellie, Ryan, and the rest of the crew close in on the shadowy figure taking out comics' finest. Murder, mayhem, spilled ink, ungodly revelations, puppies. The latest chapter has it all as we explore the insane world beyond the dome. Is that shadowy figure Negan?
Lucille's in there too, I think. Too.
Oh, wow! I'd like to find out if that shadowy figure is Negan taking out all the people. That would actually be very cool if that's the way they went, and that was the person who was going around killing everybody. When does doesn't Chip Zdarsky take over writing on this at some point soon? Wow. Yeah, I thought for some reason he's taking over on this.
Nice.
So yeah. Well, what's it selling for on the secondary market? There was an A and a B cover also on this, I believe.
Yeah, this A cover was selling for like 10 to 20. But I see Manny says that his store had tons of copies still available, but Richie's didn't. So it's like,
well, 2 stores did and 1 did, and they only had 4. So
yeah. So
wow, there we go. Not bad. Keep an eye on that. Negan and Lucille on the next cover. Ooh. Good for Robert Kirkman. Shout out to Skybound.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. Next on the Almost 10 list, you knew we would talk about this at some point on tonight's show. I don't know if this is good enough to be on the Hot 10 list, but it is on the Almost 10 list. This is the design variant, the 1 in 10 for Amazing Spider-Man 88. Is that right, Ben?
That is correct. Yeah, it's selling for, so it's a 1 in 10. It's selling for like 25 to 30. It's doing a little bit better than the, I guess, the regular variant, because kind of she's all over the cover on this, so I think that's probably why. But I don't hate the design, to be honest.
Totally agree.
I like how she has the 2 maces instead of the weird thing she has on the cover of the A cover, right?
Didn't
those 2 maces are badass, or those are sick. They're like nunchuck maces.
Yeah,
those are super cool.
This looks like one of those designs, those one in like 20 design covers that come out over 5 years. That is gonna be, you know what I mean? Like, is really nice. Doesn't even look like a design.
Yeah, like the Alex Ross one.
Yeah. Why do we hate these design covers so much?
I think it's the fact that the characters always looks cool, but there's nothing else to complement the character and make it more our imaginations flow. Plus, usually has those blue lines that artists use to you know what I mean?
How they start, yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't. That's awesome.
It does. You just can't see them.
Oh, okay.
You're going colorblind like Nate. Shout out to Nate.
I'm oldish. I'm an old buzzard.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about this.
Should be heavily ordered, don't you think?
Yeah, we've been talking about this character for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about her coming up and how she seemed kind of cheesy, and we always get her mixed up with Goblin Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always saying Goblin Queen instead of Queen Goblin. So It is what it is. We'll see what happens. All right. On to the next almost 10 book. Now, this is an interesting cover. There we go. Goblin Queen. Talking about speaking of Goblin Queen and Queen Goblin and Goblin Queen and getting all that mixed up. This is a beautiful Hellions number 18 second print cover by Steven Segovia. It's a 1 in 25 variant, and sounds like it's going for about $40.
Yeah, about 40. This one's a little bit better than I think some of the other 1 in 25 second prints that have come out here recently, where all they are is like a bad sketch version or black and white or something just kind of lame. This one at least is, I'm sure this is like interior art or whatever that they've probably thrown on the cover, but at least it's better than some of the other ones that they've been putting out.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, next book. This is a weird one. Avengers Solo number 3, 1 in 15, I believe, something like that. Connecting cover to the badass. There's a really badass Captain America, and I think there's a Thor one, right? That it connects to.
There's several of them.
Okay.
This is definitely a shout out to Longshort on this one. Not easy to find. I know a lot of people were getting these to get them autographed. So they makes some of these photo covers a little bit harder to find unsigned. But a CGC 8.0, which is really low, sold for $180 for this, for an 8.0. But I think it's just because they're just not easy to find.
They definitely do some accentuation or attenuation. I don't know how you say it, but it.
It's not like a true photo.
It's not cover. Definitely not like a true photo cover. That's for sure. Yeah. Booty. I can say that. Booty. It definitely doesn't look burnt on here though. She doesn't look burnt on here. I'll give her that. So shout out to all those absolute geek fans. I guess right now all these photos or photo looking covers. Isn't this the guy who did this? Who did this cover again? This is the guy who does. He did that badass poster. He usually doesn't do comic book art. Yeah, I think I forget his name. What's his name? Anybody know his name? Yeah, added booty variant. That's exactly what it is. Added. She had the BBL for sure on this cover. So, all right, on to the next one. Really weird one this week. You got to throw a weird one on the almost 10, and this is Slow Death Funnies from 1970.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on this cover.
Says, here's a little rundown. Last Gasp, first comic book ever, was intended to be a benefit book for the Ecology Center that Ron Turner volunteered for, but the center rejected the book after it was published, leaving Turner to sell the 20,000 copies on his own. All's well that ends well. He ended up turning Last Gasp into the longest lasting underground comics published in history. How about that?
Wow.
So Slow Death Funnies number 1, packed with one-pagers and short stories that skewer the auto industry, corporate polluters, overpopulation, litter bugs, and even the soft drink industry. Alas, the world didn't listen, and now our ice caps are melting. Oh well. So there we go.
That's crazy. Yeah, a VG copy sold this week for $50. So if he didn't sell out of all of them, I'm sure he probably still had, or if he's even alive. I mean, if this was in the 70s, he's probably not even alive. But yeah, it's a weird one for sure. I would have just seen this and been like, I'm not getting that.
I would have bought that for 50 cents all day.
For sure you would have.
Well, for 50 cents, but
yeah, it does sound like a little Black Mirror stuff. 1970 is when this came out. So,
yeah. And
it's even better that he did it for a giveaway, and the company's like, we're not giving this away. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. So, anyways, there is a second, third, and fourth print of these. So be on the lookout for the red bordered ones. That's the one you want, is the first print. Those red borders on there. All right, another really cool cover this week. Amazing Bernie Wrightson cover, Webb of Horror, number 3 right here. Tough to find magazine, I guess, magazine/comic, and a great Curse of the Yeti Bernie Wrightson cover.
Oh man, that cover is crazy good. Like
Yeah.
it is so Wrightson, but it's just, I don't know if it's just because it's like out in the wilderness and you see, the stars, and I mean, like even like it almost looks like it's not like random stars. Like it almost makes it look like it's like constellations and everything. I mean, it's crazy how good that is.
1969 on this one.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. There's a 2-page spread of Wrightson art with a large blank space in the middle for people to put their work on. And the winner got to illustrate a story in a future Web of Horror. But there weren't any. So it never happened.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's called the Web of Horror Comic Art Contest. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, pretty dope.
Yeah. So like normally we kind of, see like, 70s, 80s, 60s, magazine size over in like the $3 bin over there, and everybody just kind of just is like, I'm not buying that, whatever. If you see this, I mean, a fine copy, just fine, sold for $80. So if you see this sitting over there, I mean, you might find this for $5 or something like that. I would definitely buy this. That's a really good cover.
And the back cover is the front cover without any of the trade or anything. It's like a virgin. So pretty dope.
Cool.
Yeah. Love these things. Be on the lookout for these old cool magazines. Bernie Wrightson 100% is the shiznit. Brett Hess says Brett Hess art. I agree with you. All right. Next on the Almost 10, Die, number 3? 14, sorry, 14. Wow. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Look at those boxing gloves.
Yeah, so this one's selling for like 35 to 40. It's not because of Mike Tyson, Barack Obama mashup here on the cover. It's because it's got Baby Yoda in it.
Oh,
and
is this a Topher book?
It is a Topher book. It's
the king. We got to name the king every time, you guys.
It is 100% a Topher book, and I would give him all the credit for it, even if other people don't.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, it's kind of what was that one book that came out that had like first
was
Harry
a Star
Potter.
Wars book?
No, it had like a first Harry Potter or something like that. It was like unofficial or whatever, but
he's all over him. He's all over him.
Yeah, but this is about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead, Richie.
This is about the guts.
Yes, the guts.
Baby Yoda.
Yep. Baby Yoda.
Chilling in the crowd, being held, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I wouldn't have even. I mean, this is probably, my guess is you can find this sitting in, because most shops are not going to have any idea that this is anything at all.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me find this here.
I didn't see the solicits. Maybe Brian can pull it up, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the image of it. I'm not gonna be able to find it that fast. Anyways, yeah, he's in the crowd. It's a wraparound. It's a wraparound cup. It's a takeoff on the what's it called? The Muhammad Ali Superman fight, where it's got all the people in the crowd.
Yeah.
So appreciate that. Almost 200 live. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. See a lot of great people in the comments. Shout out to Fedor. Shout out to Edwin Aguilar, Rocksteady Collectibles, Alex Chapman, Bob Raspit. Who else? AOA. Thoreau's in the house. And Elephant, Dave's Collection, Will Miranda. Thank you, guys. Doc Joe. So appreciate you guys. All right. Next, let's get on the list. The end of the almost 10, the beginning of the hot 10. We segue into the honorable mention of the week. Target Comics number 6, a LB Cole cover, but that's a different looking LB Cole. It's kind of hard to tell that's LB Cole for a second there, right?
Well, and I will say that this one is a little flushed out. Like there are other, like the copy that sold and like the one that you see like on My Comic Shop is the colors
Much
are
brighter.
Yes, it's definitely much more an LB Cole. Like you'll know it instantly as soon as you look at those. This one's a little faded for sure.
Yeah.
But
It is wild.
I thought initially that the guy was burning in the fire, like
Yeah.
but he's not. He's actually
Dancing
outside.
around
Yeah,
it,
he's dancing around it, and that little yellow guy in the back is like thrown a knife and it's in his back.
Oh wow.
Like I had to look at it for a second. I'm like, oh, there it is. But yeah, and then for some reason, this random golfer guy over there on the left is just hanging out in this murderous Native American tribal dance or something. I don't know what he's even doing there, but it's definitely an odd cover for sure. But
yeah.
but there was a Promise collection of this that sold this week, a 9.2, and just for it's not a it's definitely not apples to apples, but a CGC 2.0 sold last year for $26. So it's not like it's the most sought after cover or anything like that, but a 9.2 Promise collection sold this week for $6,600.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I don't know if that's the power of the Promise collection or what, but that's a massive price change.
Probably Promise collection, and then a lot of people getting into the hobby. That's for sure.
Awesome. Check. Sure. Did you see that comment from Check Game? I just had to have that Webb of Horror, so I just bought it.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Hell yeah. That's what the Almost 10's all about. Telling you those books that you might not know exist that are badass. All right. On to the next honorable mention. The badass Invisible Iron Man number 3, 1 in 25 Chris Anka variant. It's kind of a takeoff on the Tech. What was it? Magazine? What magazine was that?
Wired.
Wired. Yeah. Wired magazine. So thank you. Yeah. Badass. It's really cool.
Yeah. So this was that number 3. This is the one where Mel says it's her first full appearance as in her Ironheart gear and stuff like that, which is fine, whatever. But in general, this is a really hard book to find. Yeah. It's just not. I mean, it's a number 3. It's a 1 in 25. That's usually a nice little combination for not very many of them out there. But so this is now approaching like $300 raw.
Wow.
But there are literally only a handful even available, and they're all listed at like double that. So I think people in general have kind of jumped on a bunch of other bandwagons here the last month, and Riri's been like forgot about completely. But don't forget, there's no speculation that even has to be like she is having her own show. She is going to be in a movie. It's like it's happening for 100%.
It's as good as a lock as it was on Boba Fett this last week.
Yeah,
Let's put it that way.
It's not. I mean, it's even. I mean, like we knew that. I mean, remember we knew that Miles was coming, and everybody still was like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden it hit, and then was like, oh crap, I screwed up. I should have been buying these all along for $25 a pop, and I didn't. And I'm not saying that Riri is Miles, but it's along the when it comes to movies. I mean, Iron Man is just as popular as SpiderMan.
Exactly.
So don't forget about Riri, is what I'm saying.
That's a good point.
Yes.
She's taking the Iron Suit moniker and the Tech Whiz moniker, with that Tony left behind. So it's definitely not going to be War Machine.
Yeah, and this isn't like, and that's the thing. This is like about as sure a bet as you can get. I mean, she's got all the pieces already in place and already in motion. There's nothing that we even have to like question. Oh, is it gonna happen, or when's it gonna happen? I mean, we already know it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money in the bank. All right, let's get into the rest of the list. Number 10 this week. Oh, this book. I hate this book. Crimson Rain is back on the list, you guys. And it's not even the Raza cover. Crimson Rain, number 1. The Walmart variant at that. The Walmart Supercenter stores pop up these extra comic packs, these little three comic packs, 4 comic packs. What are they? And people are out there scamming them. They're cutting them open to see what's in there. I see them doing it to get this book. Or is this on the cover?
This one's on the cover, so you know what you're getting. And I've seen some people post photos and they're like, well, I bought everyone they had and they only had 1 Crimson Rain and they had 3 and 4 copies of all these other packs. It's great. Whatever. There's still 3,500 Walmart Supercenters in America. So even if every single store only got 1, which that there's no way that that's the case, but even if they only got 1, there's 3,500 of these. They're not rare. So these are selling for like 15 to 20 out of the pack. The packs are selling for 45, and it's just like, why? And this isn't even like while it is technically a Walmart variant, because it doesn't have the barcode and the Star Wars is in white instead of yellow. But that's the only difference from the A cover. And it's just like, ugh.
Yeah. Garbage. But it's selling. How much did you say they're selling for?
Yeah, like they're selling for like 15 or more, just individually out of the pack. And then the packs are selling for like 45. So
wow, that's crazy. Unbelievable.
Well, I see Will says not all Walmart stores get comics. I get that, but I can tell you that I know around here, not only Walmarts get the packs, but Meijer gets all the Walmart packs as well. So so the ones that basically are not going to your Walmart are going to my Meijer, because it's all the same Walmart packs that are ended up at so they're in Canada too. So I mean that was the whole argument with those DC 80-page giants, like, oh, these are super rare. No, they're not. They're Walmart. There's never been anything about Walmart that's rare, ever.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's back. Well, it's not the only Star Wars on the book on the list this week, you guys. Don't worry. We're going to redeem ourselves. The better Star Wars book is here, which is going to take a little bit. All right, number 9 this week. Another Archie book jumps on the list. What's going on here? What is Archie doing marrying Veronica? Archie Comics, number 601, part 2 of the 6-part series.
Yeah. Before we get to this, I'm gonna answer somebody asked if anybody ever seen a Walmart in New York City, Boston, San Francisco. None of the there's several large cities that have no Walmarts, and it's mostly because there's no space for them. These are massive stores. They can't put a Walmart in those cities, so you're not going to find a Walmart in New York City. They are in New York State, but not in Manhattan or anything like that. But
you can't get them online, right, Ben?
No.
Yeah.
But onto this Archie book. So I don't know who said it. I can't remember exactly who tipped this, but somehow, and I don't know why, there is an insert inside this book of Cad Bane.
Oh shit! No crap.
Yeah. So like so you could probably do a quick search, and it's like the size of like a I don't know, like a 4x6 card or something like that. You know how like
Hmm.
they have like those half white
Here it
papers
is,
or
right
something.
here. Yeah,
And that's what it is. It's
yeah. This
so
is this is
and
crazy. Hold on here.
yeah, and this predates. I think it's early. I don't know when exactly it is, but yeah. So it's like this little card, and it is. Um,
2009, I think, right?
I have no idea why. Yeah, so there's one that says the Clone Wars, but there's one that's got actual Cad Bane on it.
All right, let me
Um,
find that. Hold on here.
um,
I want to find that.
So,
Right?
I mean, I don't. This is not something that I would buy, but I would also not be the one who's buying, like Rust one because it's got an ad for Spawn or, the first TV version of Hellboy or something like that. I get that, um, but there are people that love that stuff, and I'm not going to call them stupid. I'm not going to call this stupid because the fact is they're going to pay good money for it, and if you ignore it, that's on you. I mean, I'm hey, don't think that I'm not going to look in back issue bins for this issue because I'm sure I've seen it before.
Yep. Here's Topher showing up again. Rusty Mitchell clued me into this insert from Archie 601. Not sure why it was included or if it appears elsewhere, but it does have an appearance, non-comic, of Cad Bane. There's also a newsstand for this. So here you go.
yeah, and you know what? I want to let you guys know, if you haven't been to the Comic Book Invest website, besides Ben's list, I mean, Ben's list is obviously my favorite article. Topher's articles, they're very interesting. Take a moment and look at them each week. You find out some stuff new. The guy knows his stuff. So shout out to Topher.
So that is Cad Bane when he was in the Clone Trooper gear, I guess. That's what it is. That's what I'm guessing.
No, I thought it was. I thought the picture that I saw was actual picture of Cad Bane.
Okay.
But
All right.
either way, I mean, it's just weird. Like, why is it in an Archie book? It's so strange.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, right? Yeah. Well, that's cool. It makes me like having the book on there at that spot better than just him hooking up with Veronica instead of Betty. What's going on there? Why don't you have both? All right, number 8.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Noctera, number 7. This is the one
yeah.
per store variant by Ryan Stegman.
Oh, this is a dope cover, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think Stegman is way underrated.
Me too.
I like his non-Venom stuff better. I'll put it that way.
This is sweet. This is a
Yeah.
good looking cover for sure. I don't know why it's selling for $50 or more. It is like it's like a new story arc, but those generally don't like have like collectible value. They used to, when they would start like a new story arc, people would be like, oh, and then they would jump on board. But I don't really see people doing that for Noctero.
Jumping on point. Not many out there. I mean, when I checked on Wednesday morning, they were selling up above $75. I mean, there were sales above 100. I'm sure, once everybody got their copies, it probably simmered like when Ben saw it. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think there are tons out there, but I could be wrong. I love this thing from the get-go. I'm really glad I got one. It's definitely going to be PC. I'm not going to flip it. Love Stegman.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Next on the list, number 7. It's back, ladies and gentlemen. The book that we all thought would be here for a while, Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond, number 1, the Adam Hughes one at 50. It's still moving, huh?
Still moving.
Mm-hmm.
It is now up to, where's my little checklist? 175 plus. So last week it was like 120. Now it's 175. Yeah, I mean, it's still going. And I remember last week, remember we were talking and I saw comments that were saying that Beyond is part of that Beyond variant thing that they were doing. That's actually the title.
Yeah.
That's the title of the book. It's on all the covers. So that's actually Mary Jane and Black Cat Beyond. So it's not just like the Beyond variant. Because I remember you were saying you hated how it said Beyond there, but that's actually the title.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, it's not a Beyond variant.
That's weird.
So yeah, but not surprised to see it go up with the way some of these other covers are continuing to go up. I was not surprised at all that this went up.
Yeah, I there was 3 people I knew that had this book last week, and once the second bump hit, the second win, I should say, I got calls from all 3. Hey, I need these pressed and subbed. So they're on their way here.
Strictly a cover buy, most likely. Yeah. I don't think there's anything crazy in it, right? I did not read this one. This is definitely one I did not read. I will admit to that. I did not read this one.
But we will.
Yeah, right after the show. Tell you what, I can read it right now if I wanted to.
And that's a fact.
Next on the list. Number 6 this week. Amazing Spider-Man Grim Hunt Part 4. Now there are multiple covers to this. There was also a second print cover to this one, right? What's going on here that's making this thing pop up all of a sudden get crazy?
So there was news that there was casting for Madam Web, and it was Dakota Johnson. Obviously, she is not an 80-year-old woman.
Right.
So it would be more likely that she would play this version of Madam Web, which is this Julia Carpenter character whose first appearance was in that Marvel Superheroes
Secret Wars 6,
Secret
first
Wars,
cameo, first and 7, first full. Yeah.
That pink cover, right?
Yeah, the first full, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So but obviously she was just Julia Carpenter in that, and here she's actually the first time she becomes Madam Web.
Yeah,
very cool.
She was a Spider-Woman, the second Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter, just like Ben said. And there's a couple other things going on in that Copper Age book. But this one's cool, and I have to just give credit where credit's due. Nico gave me this book when I joined Flipside. It was one of the first books he gave me. So I grabbed a couple. So I'm pretty pumped on that one. Didn't think it was going anywhere, but
before we move on to number 5, well, what is it selling for? Did you say what it was selling for?
As of when I wrote the list, it was selling for like 30 to 40. But it may be more than that now. I think people are actually jumping to this book as opposed to what we're going to see coming up. Only because if it is this, I mean, it makes more sense that it would be this character because of it being Dakota Johnson. And I also heard that, I saw some people were really upset about that casting.
I think it's perfect for Julia Carpenter.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure why people would be that upset. But it is what it is.
Isn't Julia Carpenter Secret Wars? That's that Secret Wars.
Secret Wars 7 is the first full pink cover.
Yeah,
and then 6 is a sleeper too. I mean, 7's already up there, but 6 is a pretty decent cameo. And there are sorry Brian, but just to let you know, there's Mark Jeweler inserts for those.
So doesn't it feel like the play should be more on getting Julia Carpenter's first appearances rather than when she turns into Madam Web?
Good point.
Because I feel like everybody's keying in on the Madam Web part. I think it's way cooler that we're getting Julia Carpenter.
But it's not going to be a Julia Carpenter movie. Now, I'm in the camp of I can't believe that Madam Web is getting a solo movie.
But she is Madam Web, isn't she? Isn't Julia Carpenter Madam Web? So it's going to be a Julia Carpenter movie?
Yeah, but it's kind of like, I mean, it's going to be like a Morbius movie is not just about the character. It's about Morbius.
I get you.
So I mean, it's going to be a Madam Web movie, but I'm struggling trying to figure out how that character can carry an entire movie. That seems like a major stretch.
Yeah, I felt the same way about Silver Sable when they were talking about Silver Sable and Black Cat. But I mean, Black Cat is hooked to Spider-Man, so I was like, okay, and all these cool variants are coming out. Yeah, good point. I just don't see that either. I thought at first I was the original before the news came out. It was supposed to be Charlize Theron was going to play
as Madam Web.
Yeah, as Madam Web.
I remember hearing that.
210 the issue. So but Brian makes a good point. I mean, it's just like, what are you going to decide? Is it do you want Norman Osborn's first appearance or Green Goblin's first appearance? Do you want Jenica as a human or do you want Jenica as a turtle?
Yeah.
Do you want Flash Thompson Venom or do you want Eddie Brock Venom? It's just depends.
Yeah, I like Julia Carpenter as a character better than her as Madam Web. But hey, whatever is selling. That's why this book seems to be selling, is because of the Madam Web stuff. So be on the lookout for both the AB and the second print cover. The second print cover is the coolest one to me. But
yeah, me too.
All right, totally. Before we get on to number 5, we are going to take a break and go over the forgotten almost 10 ones that I forgot, which include a really cool Resident Alien number 0 of 3. This is where they reprint the originals, right? Because I think this was reprinted. They had these in Dark Horse Presents when they redid Dark Horse Presents in 2010 or 2011, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So, and then of course there was talk about this being optioned and all that fun stuff. So, and it's already premiered, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it's already on season 2, and I haven't had a chance to watch it, but from what I hear, people think the show is awesome. Like it's a really funny show, and the guy that plays the Resident Alien is the pirate from Dodgeball, which is
nice.
Pirate. Was it Pirate Steve? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Like I love that character.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? I forget that guy's name.
I don't know his
He's a Star Wars guy, right?
But yeah, I mean,
Alan Tudyk. Yeah, Alan Tudyk. I call him Tudyk, like two dicks, not like two dyke. I don't know. I mean, two dyke.
I mean, to be honest, I was a little surprised that this was selling like very low. I mean, because season 1 had already been out, and season 2 is already coming. Is already here. And this was, for the longest time, was only selling for like $10. But now it's like 40 for
nice.
Yeah, DF near mint. So it kind of surprised me. And there's not very many copies out there. So
well, cool stuff. But here's my favorite one of the almost 10 this week that I freaking forgot about. I love this book. Absolutely love this book. But I've never found it. Greed number 6, first appearance of Milk and Cheese, Flaming Carrot cover. This is one of those books that you always read about in Wizard when you were a kid. It was like one of those independent titled books that was the shit back then. 1989, I believe. Milk and Cheese. Great comic characters, independent comic characters. People fell in love with those characters. I was one of them, and I never ever found a copy of this. I think it was magazine size, or like it was big, right? Was it big or was it smaller?
No, I think it's bigger, but I've never found this book either.
Yeah, gotta love Evan Dorkin and his stuff. So, what is this selling for? What did it sell for?
A fine copy, which is probably a pretty tough book to find in high grade, but a fine copy sold for $160.
Yeah,
raw.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Blind Adam, because not only was it in his hidden gems, it was one of his all-time favorite books, if I remember correctly. So remember, you guys, shout out to Blind Adam and shout out to Lucas Fashina. We'll see. We'll jump over on Drunken Chat tonight. I think Mighty Mel V might be in the house. We'll send him a link real quick and he can come on for the final five. The final five. Let me do this here.
I was wondering what happened to the last two of the. I was like, well, maybe he just didn't like those last two books.
I totally, hey man, it is what it is. I'm a burnout, bro. So
I figured this book was probably right up your alley, though.
It's wonderful, man. I love it. I love it. So, by the way, speaking of Drunken Chat, you guys, immediately following this, go over to Mighty Mel V's channel for its Drunken Chat. And I was really bummed out that I missed last week. I really, really wish I'd have been there for that. So I'm stoked to be here again this week. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure to jump over there after this. All right, here we go. Let's get into number 5 this week. Here is the book. We just got done talking about Julia Carpenter and Madam Web. And here is the OG Madam Web, right?
Original. We had this on the Almost 10 last week.
Yep.
Because there was a couple sales, and then this week with the Dakota Johnson News, 9.6 newsstand, which again, I mean, yeah, it's probably harder to find a 9.6 newsstand, but it sold for almost 1,000, which is really high, and a 7.0 direct sold for 250. So there's a ton of sales of raw copies. I'm sure that the condition on these raw copies is not great, but tons and tons of sales on this book this week.
Interesting. I'm not surprised. Like I said last week, this cover always creeps me out. It's creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking
weird.
of Mighty Mel V. What up, brother?
Hi, Mel.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Clarice.
Fun fact, Mel does not care, you guys. Mel does not care.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. How's everybody doing?
Keep It Thorough says they were trying to get Sandra Bullock to play Madam Web original.
Nice.
So what is it about this cover that creeps you out?
Her
That
big
sack.
It's that big fat sack underneath her.
It's a gaming chair. What are you talking about?
Oh, it looks like a fat sack underneath.
Get
her.
out of here.
I thought it was a booty.
Yeah. Whatever it is, it just always creeped me out because I always took her as being like a Black Widow type character, and that was like her abdomen. You know, you see Madam Web, and then you see that, like you almost think that she's a Black Widow with that web behind her. It just always creeped me out. I don't know what it is, man.
So let me ask you that if the character is Julia Carpenter and not this iteration of it, is this book basically worthless?
No, I mean,
No,
for based on the prices people are paying right now.
I don't think so. I mean, because that's the original character. I mean, God, I can think off the top of my head, but I mean, I'm sure there's even there's characters in the MCU that had an original version that have been retconned and then MCU'd retconned. You know, let me think.
I love how everybody's talking about the cover now.
I mean, is this going to be connected to Peter Parker, Venom? Are we excited for a Madam Web show or movie?
It's going to be a they're going to go multiverse bullshit in it because of what she is, right?
Okay.
So that could be how they bring in Miles. I don't know.
But when they use what's his name? Morbius?
Oh, no, Moreland.
Moreland. Wouldn't that be a better
Spider
play?
Totems, man? Yeah.
I mean, I was debating somebody on Facebook on the in the Comic Book Invest spec group, and he just I just read again issue 9 through 12. And by the way, like I said before, if you are specking on Japanese Spider-Man, SpiderMan, and US Comics, make sure you get 12, not just for the robot. That is a first full appearance. And Mel says it's a bit, that's a term for a second glorified appearance. But we just get like a little head in number 9, and then in 12 you actually get him like named in full and brings down a robot from the Spider-Verse. But anyways, yeah, so the Moreland, Solus, and the Inheritors, they eat spider characters. If you guys don't know that, that's how. And they straight up they look like pilgrims. Have you guys seen the movie Pilgrim on Hulu? It's basically these pilgrims.
Is it take on the Pilgrim, Garth Ennis Pilgrim?
Well, I'm not sure, but it's a take on the original Pilgrims and the modern times. And as they're cooking all this, these turkeys and this and that, well, they don't really cook a turkey. They're preparing it. They're actually preparing a person, so they're eating people. So that's what these Inheritors.
Way to spoil it for everybody, bro.
Yeah, sorry. Anyways, you knew that anyways, but I don't care. The movie's been out 2 years. You haven't seen it.
Yes, you're right.
But yeah, so that's what the Inheritors do. They get their nutrition from spider people, and they go out throughout the Spider-Verse. Now, here's the thing: is that the way that spider characters deflect the Inheritors is they don't open any portals. They don't move from Spider-Verse to Spider-Verse. Each time they do that, the Inheritors, they have this kind of like King the Conqueror has those screens about the future. Well, they have this screen that each time a Spider-Verse is open, a portal is open, boom, and there's a spider character there, it sets off their alarms. Well, we were debating if that could be in the animation, and I said yes, because it's not like it's really gruesome. It's just it's fantasy horror, fantasy violence, and it fits under the PG as long as it's done with good taste and it's done a little bit lighter than the comic book. Or it's same as the comic books. I mean, if Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War, if like, especially in Avengers Infinity War, if Thanos can go and he can commit genocide, literally commit genocide with machine guns of all things, or whatever, it sounds like machine guns, or their own type of machine guns, then I think that this can happen in those animation. But if it doesn't in that animation, it would be cool in live action. But with live action, I think it would have to be PG-13. But yeah, I think it's going to happen. I think the Inheritors, Moreland, and Solus are bound to happen. You guys should be grabbing those ASM 30 books. Brian talks about, Mel's talked about a few times. It's J. Scott Campbell's first ASM cover art. And like I said, ASM 9 is your first Solus, and then I think it's a cameo, and then your first SpiderMan, second Spider-Gwen, ASM 10, first Spider-Punk, ASM 12, first full SpiderMan in US Comics, and Leopardon. It's a really good story. Read the entire Dan Slott. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Richie, we were trying to think of like a character that was different on screen. Taskmaster.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
So, and it basically Taskmaster, that it went way up, and then once it was not, then it like kind of dropped way back down too. So
it kind of just like, well, no, but I mean, 196 is still like a sought after book. It's still like a $75, $80 book, but it's not a $200 book.
Yeah, but I mean, Taskmaster was also more sought after than Madam Web before all this stuff started. Too,
You're right. Yeah, it'll drop down back to like $40-$50, probably get a bump to 100, and then once everybody sees it, and if it ends up being the second, because this is still speculation that it's the second iteration, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just using the fact that she's young.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. And isn't it that Ultimate Spider-Man book? Shout out to Gary Nusser, I think talked about it quite a bit. That Ultimate Spider-Man book where they transfer her powers to her from Madam Web to Julia Carpenter, right? Am I wrong about that? I think I'm right about that.
I think Gary did talk about that, but I don't remember the issue number. I'm trying to remember the issue number.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember. It was an Ultimate Spider-Man.
Actually, I
book,
know
though.
you're right about it because I
Yeah.
heard him talk about it.
So, all right. On to the next book, number 4 this week. An awesome Daredevil cover. Just really, really cool. Daredevil Woman Without Fear, number 2, the 1 in 25 variant, and very, very Frank Miller Daredevil-esque right here.
Love it. Love it. I admittedly missed out on it, but I still love it. Great cover.
No, yeah. How did you miss out on it? I remember the day after FOC, you were talking about this.
I didn't order it though. I didn't. I was like, oh look, because I figured $30. I'll pick one up in Midtown. No.
Is it the fact that it was a Marvel Age 36 homage?
I like it. I should have bought it, but I didn't. I just didn't. And it doesn't qualify for a fuck this book because I'm not mad at it because I like it. So it doesn't qualify for fuck this book. But I think it's a fabulous cover, and I'm curious to see what it's going for now.
It is going for 80 to 90.
Wow.
Fuck this book. Nah, it's a great book, and it deserves to I mean, it deserves to be getting that price. I say it's a fantastic cover. Possibly underordered. Again, I'll get one eventually, but I missed out.
It looks like we all did.
I love her costume. I think her costume's badass, man. They could have really messed that one up, and for some reason it looks badass.
They were 30 when I had them in the car. I didn't pull the trigger. That was my bet.
They're $59.99 the week of FOC for my retailer, so I just grabbed one. I didn't want to order 25 copies.
It's a gorgeous homage. It's a gorgeous cover. I like the classic Daredevil font. I cannot hate on this book at all. It's a lovely book that I missed out on.
All right. Well, here we go. Let's get into it. Number 3 on the list this week. It's back. It's dropped, but it's back.
So nice.
Black Panther number 3.
A lot of controversy in this one. Oh, man.
Right?
Well, hold on. It's dropped, but it's still way up from last week. That's what's bizarre about this thing. It jumped. It skyrocketed.
If it wasn't for a certain appearance on a certain show, this would probably still be number 1.
On a certain show.
Yeah, you're talking about. Of course, you're right. Of course.
Issue number 1 and number 2 on the list.
Yeah.
Oh! I was thinking that you were saying that. Never mind. I was confused.
No. It's still roughly what, $400 to $500.
One sold for $362 today, but a couple best offers taken. I know a couple people I know sold them for $600.
Yeah, they did.
$525.
But you can see what's happening is the A and B cover are now pushing
catching
50.
up.
Yeah, they're pushing $40-$50 now. So
and this is garbage right here. I
like it. I like it. Yeah.
You think this is garbage?
I love
this cover.
You're
I don't
out
like
of
it.
your mind, bro.
So nice.
I don't like it. I think there's something wrong with. All right, his Spider-Man Miles Morales was so good. There's something wrong with this, and it's going to sound weird me saying it. It's not bad. It's not garbage. I shouldn't say it's garbage. I don't want to say that. And the reason why I said that is because I thought the Spider-Man Miles Morales book was so good that compared to this, it's such a different change to me, and it feels fuzzy. Doesn't it feel fuzzy up here with his eyes?
But you know what? Funny you say that. Remember those old school 70 posters that were like fuzzy? That's what this reminds me of. That's what this reminds me of. And like if you turn the lights off, it's like real, like you gotta have like a lava lamp and that shit. That's what this reminds me of, and that's why I like it.
Totally, I totally see that.
Is it gonna be fucking? It's gonna be printed out of this world.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't make this a second print ratio. I was surprised when I found out that this was because the cover art wasn't available. I think
how was the Gary Frank cover selling for less than the cover A?
Everybody remember?
Yeah,
Alex Ross. I mean, cover A.
Yeah, but listen, that Gary Frank cover is probably the best cover of them all, in my opinion.
Let me ask you this: over $100,000, second print run?
For the second print,
Yeah.
it's going to be up there. I don't think it's going to bust 100,000.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so either.
but 40 or 50, I could see that.
Now, what was the print run on? Now, when I say this, I'm not comparing the characters. I'm just comparing print runs. What is the print run of New Mutants 98?
Oh, like a million.
What was the print run for First Cable?
No, it's going to be
probably half that or a quarter of that.
My point being
50 to 400.
My point being 5 years from now, if this character pops off, ain't nobody gonna give a shit about print run.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, how many times do we think, oh gosh, this is being talked about or pumped pre-FOC, which we're all four of us are old school. We don't like to do that, but people in today's market, they have short memories. And they don't like to pre-order. I notice a lot of books that I kind of passed on. Next thing you know, on the week of, they're on Ben's list and they're $50. Like, I'm just like, because they were talked about pre-FOC by certain, platform. But
it's great. The Strange Academy. I was like, this is gonna be fucking printed out of this fucking world. It's fucking store variants, all kind of crazy shit.
Right.
It's $150 look now. Again, nobody's gonna give a fucking 5 years if the character pops.
So we'll see.
That is true.
And also I wanted to, I mean, there's nothing set in stone, but I want to bring up Venom 4 right now. Venom 4, what's the character's name? Bedlam. I still believe that's a full appearance.
Number 4?
Yeah, with the 2-page spread.
I mean, his first appearance was number 1. Right?
Technically.
Okay, technically.
Yeah.
If you want to go full, it's not a fucking second cameo if that's what you get. It's
it's definitely first full. So if we are using their comic book terms, that's a first full appearance. And I'll tell you what I've been noticing Marvel doing ever since the 2017 Cosmic Ghost Rider, maybe actually the Venom run with Kate, is when these characters are questioned about cameo first appearance. When you see the late printings and the character's not on any covers, and you see the second printing or the third printing or whatever, and the character's on the cover and it's not a ratio, that is me in my head. I'm thinking Marvel is telling us this is the book. This is the full appearance. So that's what's happening here. I mean, I thought it was a first appearance anyways, but that's what's happening here. This is the book for Tosin, and how do you say it? Tosin.
I call him Tosin.
Tosin, and what do you know? Actually, the second print is just like Venom 4. There's no ratio. It's just the character right on the front.
And I mean, could they add a ratio like come Monday evening? Like, hey, we're gonna
design variant 1 in 25,
or 1 in 100. Yeah. I mean, they could do that.
I would say them skipping the 1 in 25, and I think they would do a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Design variant,
But like I said on many pages, said anything less than Jesus of Wakanda, it's going to be considered a failure.
I
like what they're doing with them so far. They're not overly milking it. They gave you a second print, which was open order. Everybody can get their hands on this first appearance.
Yep, and this cover is beautiful. I love this cover.
Love the cover.
I love this. I swear, Brian is the ultimate hater on this book. Brian be hating.
So somebody hit me up and said, "What Brian be hating?"
Brian's pissed. You guys smoke
bro.
way too much cannabis
Those
to
are
be
facts,
fucking angry
bro.
about comic books, man. Trust me. Trust me. I'm not mad about anything. What here we go. Hey, let me have it, brother. I'll flip that shit.
You wouldn't hold it if you had one?
Hell no. I'd flip this book in a second. I think everybody that's not flipping it right now is missing out.
Oh, fuck, I'm missing out like a motherfucker because mine's going straight to that certified graded company. The fuck's be capitalized for life.
Same here.
I
Mine's
think
that's cold press right now.
I think that's not a bad idea to get some, if they're 9.8 can. But man, if I had one, I'd be flipping it right now. I'd be getting $600 for it all day, every day. Here you go. Take $500. It's yours. It's yours.
I'm holding all mines.
Yeah. But
to that dude to get that press thing going. Shout out to Red Hood, baby.
But here's the funny thing. I know everybody's joking about me being mad about this book. You guys forget. When I read this book, I said I like the character. I think the character is cool.
You just don't like the comparison to.
I don't like comparison it to Ultimate Fallout 4 Djurjevic. Like you're comparing this to a $10,000 book the day it comes out of on Wednesday.
It wasn't fair. Like I said last week, that wasn't fair to the creators or to Marvel.
Yeah.
Unless hold on, let me say this one last thing. Unless Marvel went to them and said, "Hey, yo, check this out. We got big plans for this dude. We want you to break this news first."
Yep. And shout out to my boys in Comic Coin and Sniff Comics. Thank you for giving me this book way early. Thank you.
It was also funny because somebody hit me up on Twitter, and they said we watched your guys' show, where Dennis was talking about how he thinks there's people out there that are just pumping books because they're mad at him, this and that, and he's like, I never, wow, we just dropped from like 300 viewers to 2 in a second.
Nobody was here about this.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear about this shit. And he goes, I thought that was all bullshit until it happened to me. And sure enough, somebody sent him a message saying, I'm bidding up your stuff because you're an asshole because you're selling this book. And it was like, what? Yeah, it was crazy. He goes, I thought your boy was crazy until it happened to me. And he put up a little video with Dennis talking, and then the message he got from somebody else. And I thought that was very interesting. You know what I mean? But again, I'll say it again. This character seems like a cool ass character. I love how he's, more, he doesn't like the tech stuff. I love the vibranium tattoos. I love everything. I love the purple, the color purple on it. I think it's a cool looking character. I don't think this is a $600 book, a $500 book, a $400 book. That's crazy to me, but
don't forget about next week too.
Yeah. I'm not hating the people making money off it. That's for sure. Make your money.
Avengers 53. You'll have a new suit, a debut suit for Black Panther. It's red. It looks really cool. I mean,
it looks like Red Lion from DC.
I said today, today I said give him 2 swords, and you got the Return of Panther pole.
Yeah.
He looks cool.
We shout out to Justice for Comics. We were talking about. He was saying that the cover A is the one to have. I was like, I think the sway is the one to have.
Yeah, the sway is the money.
So we'll see how it plays out later on down the line. But we'll see.
All right, let's get on to the topic of the night, ladies and gentlemen. The craziness that was Boba Fett. I think everybody that knows anything about Star Wars and what's going on right now knew that episode 6 was the Cad Bane episode. It was so obvious. And sure enough, he showed up. And number 2 this week, Darth Maul number 3, the first cover appearance of Cad Bane, second appearance of Cad Bane. And it's moving.
Moving a lot.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, this one is this may have been number 1 this week because I mean it's where it's actually selling. I mean this is now like an $80 plus raw book. It's like whoa. I mean it's
the Book of Mandalorian for real.
Now I will say the second print of this I like way better than the first
Me
print.
too.
The second
the
print
black.
is, oh my gosh, the black is awesome. I would be, if I was looking for, and it comes back to this first cover, how important is that? And I was trying to think of this in my head, and I was thinking, if there's a character and then like 6 months later he has a cover appearance, it may not be as important, but this one, because it's the second appearance, it's basically the issue right after his first appearance, and he's on the cover. Does that make it like in like a collector's mind? Are they more okay with that first cover appearance just because it's the next issue? Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is number 3. Kind of like Hulk 180, 181. I'm not saying that this the same type thing, but I'm saying that because the cover appearance is on the following issue. It's not like it's 6 months later or a year later or anything like that. It's the actual next issue.
Yeah, so it's definitely a key, and it's very important, very important.
Yeah,
But
just
as
because it's
important
so
as the
close.
first appearance,
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like how close is that to you? You know, because of the importance of covers nowadays.
I'll be frank, and Brian, I'm going to ask you this question. After seeing Book of Boba, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't watched it, after seeing Book of Boba, do you think this cover does him justice, or do you think that Star Wars 55 is...
Are you talking about the Galactic Icons variant?
Yeah.
I think the Galactic Icons variant is fucking awesome. I think
looks just like him in the show.
Yeah.
So creepy.
And the show, I'll put it this way. The Cad Bane appearance last night was the best thing about the show. Like there's only been the Black Chrysanthemum thing has been cool, but the Cad Bane is the best thing about the show. Like his character, how evil he was, how he talked, how he didn't give two fucks. Like the Cad Bane is the whole reason for this show right now. Like it's really been that bad.
Can we all agree that Luke Skywalker's a dick?
I don't think Luke Skywalker's a dick. I think he's trying to train a jet. Like, you know what I mean? He's the last Jedi, bro. You know what I mean? He needs to be a dick. Luke needs to act like a dick.
And I didn't like the blouse that they made for him. I was expecting full.
Oh yeah, that was cheesy. That was cheesy. And I said that too. I was like, I thought it was so stupid that they made him a little. If I said if it was going to be a little helmet, I was going to trip the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it was still cheesy that it was.
They made some shit that Dr. Dre used to wear when he was with the Worldwide Wrecking Crew. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does Ahsoka and Luke hook up in the comics?
No, they don't hook up, but
seems like they're going that way.
Well, no, she's close to his dad, right? So, you know, that's like that was they don't really know each other or anything. They don't.
They're
talk
definitely
to each
flirting.
Other.
They were definitely flirting. I mean, he was checking her out, and she's like, "See you later." Like the second look, and I was just like, "Oh boy, baby Jedi's."
I don't know, man. I just think that Book of Boba has just been so bad. But don't get me wrong, the Cad Bane stuff has.
But you know what's
awesome,
crazy?
And there's only been a little. They better continue to make him be a badass. Like, don't screw him up like running away Black Chrysanthemum. Don't do that.
You know what's crazy? It's funny because I remember when what's the actor Michael Oliphant?
Yeah.
Timothy. When he was first announced, everybody thought he was going to be playing Cad Bane, and for him to get shot by Cad Bane was pretty cool.
Yeah. It kind of pissed me off when he kicked over that dust. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? That's worth more in your town, bro."
So, Wolverine, Book of Boba Fett, what the fuck? Yo, listen, I'm gonna tell you why it was due. Nobody wants to see Boba Fett without the mask. We grew up with Boba Fett with the mask,
and we want to see Boba Fett act like Cad Bane.
Yeah, act like Boba Fett. He was just through paper thin armor sitting on the throne. Nah, that ain't the Boba Fett I grew up on. This new Mandalorian kid, he's what Boba Fett used to be. Man. I like that dude.
Is there another episode, or was that it?
I think it's 2 more.
There's one more. Last night,
wow.
Yeah. The last one. There's 7 episodes.
That's it.
So that's it.
What is this shit, man?
Well, they're going to continue the story on, just like we got 2 episodes of
The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. We're going to get more Boba Fett, and we also got Ahsoka. So we'll get more Boba Fett and other stuff. You know, basically they call it the Book of Boba Fett, but it's, you know, everybody in the Filoni-verse. You know, the Favreau Filoni-verse.
I said this too. It's like for years, Lando Calrissian was the only black person in the galaxy far, far away. Now, Book of Boba Fett, fucking Tatooine is goddamn Harlem.
Yeah. The Book of Not Boba Fett. Yeah, Manny. Yeah. All right. Well, there's number 2. How much was this selling for? Did you say?
80 plus raw. 9/8 sold for 300 before the episode ran. So my guess is probably 9/8 are probably now 400 for this.
Wow. Well, shout out to Wanted Comics, who dropped the hammer on IG and showed us like 20 copies of the number 1 book this week. Darth Maul number 2.
I have a 125.
I don't have any of this. Not even the Raphael Albuquerque. Peep that.
I had February 2019. Midtown had 40 of these at least, and also the Lucasfilms anniversary cover with Luke on the front. So I think I bought like first one. I bought 10 and 10. I woke up in the morning, it was still there. I didn't tell any friends about another 10 and 10. I ended up getting like 22 and 22, something like that. But yeah,
I found the Aja variant for 75 at Midtown Shelf. I was like, yeah, let me get that.
Well, really? Recently?
And it was beautiful. No, this was probably a year ago.
2018. Oh,
no,
a year ago.
Like a year ago. I was like, yo, this is beautiful. So this doesn't need a press. I sent it in without pressing it. I got a nice. I said, this is bullshit. You fucked me on a 9.8. This is a 9.8 book.
Yeah.
So, and I got it on my whatnot sale tomorrow.
Nice.
I'll be there.
Not bad.
Yeah, this is it's a $200 raw book, and 9.8s are now $800 to $900.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep. Many of them have the color rub on the back.
Yeah.
Which
I found this I found this cover in a regular bin maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago.
So I get that the print run on this is probably slightly less than Darth Vader 3, but just remember that I told you if this book can hit $1,000 in 90, there is no reason that First Afra can't be $1,000 book too. If you're on the fence, I just would go ahead and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At $500, I think you're not going to lose.
I ain't mad at that.
Crazy. I love it though. Great character. Very cool character. And I'm good. I just hope that they don't screw him up like they screwed up a couple other characters this season on Book of Boba. But it is what it is. Any ideas, any thoughts on what's going to be in the last episode? Do you think we're going to get any fan moments?
I'm going on a limb. You know, we spoke about this before, but I said Cad Bane and Han Solo. I'm still sticking with Han Solo.
Interesting.
I don't know where he'll fit in, but I'm sticking with Solo.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if we get a Afra cameo.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, nice.
An Afra extra scene. That's what I don't think there's a great chance for it. I think that's probably coming maybe on Obi-Wan, but we'll see.
Do you think they dropped the ball by not making him a little? I know you alluded to it, but he at least should have had a helmet. I agree with you. That should have been a helmet, not a blouse.
It was cheesy anyway. Either way, it was so stupid.
Like with a helmet, no way. Helmet would have flip the fuck out with a mark.
Are you kidding me? With the little ears sticking out?
Hell yeah, I would have been like, hell yeah.
Is he gonna take the armor or take the lightsaber?
Well, what if this? You remember Quark or Gort? What's that character name in High Republic Adventures? Court.
Oh, that little the
little dude. You remember how he always wore the mask? That he never took his mask off. That crate dragon bone type helmet.
Yeah.
And there was that great story in High Republic Adventures where they were telling how his Jedi master told him, you'll know when it's time to take it off, and it's because that was such a great story that they told on that character. That would have been cool if the only way that it would have been cool for him to have a Mandalorian helmet would have been something like that. Like now he always wears it, and they kind of play that court role with him. But I don't think Grogu. It'll make me mad if Grogu stays with Mando. That'll piss me off. You're
gonna be pissed off then.
You think he's gonna stay with Mando? God, that'd be so dumb, dude. That's what we want, though. We want look at the prices on Jedi Academy books are shooting up now, and we want a Jedi Academy. We want training, just like they have in High Republic Adventures. That was so cool about the series, and they're training all those.
We had this takes place a little bit after Jedi. We haven't heard nothing from Grogu. Where did he go? He went hiding, or it's some telltale signs that he would have been a new Jedi.
How come we don't? You know what? We still haven't got the payoff on the monster. What's that? I'm spacing out on the
Rancor.
The Rancor, yeah. Where's the payoff on the Rancor? We haven't gotten that yet.
Yeah, he's still training.
What is I don't know. We'll see. Be cool if Luke came and rode the Rancor.
Oh cool. Gosh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be dope, right? So.
I'm specking on those sisters because they alluded to them. I'm buying up all that sister shit.
You talking about Trilla, second
I don't
sister?
know the sisters of Dathomir or whatever.
Yeah. The Night Sisters or whatever.
Yeah, the ones who rode that
Yeah.
Brancos, they literally alluded to that. So Maul is coming. Maul's dickhead brother's coming. They alluded to that shit.
Yeah, if they do Dathomir, Sons of Dathomir series, that would be awesome. Yeah. Darth Maul is the coolest character, one of the coolest characters in Star Wars top 5. I think Cad Bane is definitely one of the coolest characters in Star Wars. And this is a great book at number 1 with even a cool Raphael Albuquerque A cover, great David Aja, variant.
I like what Planet Arizona Comics had said.
Kira appearance. Ew. That'll just give credence to that damn book that I can't stand, that I really hate on. People think I'm hating on Black Panther. No, I'm hating on Crimson Reign. That's what I'm hating on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If Darth Revan shows up, then I'm not gonna. I can't speculate on anything anymore. So, God, that would be crazy. Yeah, the Witches of Dathomir. Hell yeah, that's what we need. That's what Revan, Maul, and Bane are my favorites as Sinister Titan. Yep. Definitely some of the best characters. I agree. All right. Well, that is the Comic Book Invest Hot 10 list for February 4th, 2022. Happy birthday to Mom Dukes. And we will see you guys all next time. Peace.